Welcome, welcome. What's going on, everybody? Happy Wednesday. Excuse me, let me clear my throat there. Good to see everybody. Welcome back to another Apple Home Talk live stream. So good to see you guys. This is the live stream all about building a smart home. I'm so glad you guys could join me. It's been a minute. We didn't stream last week. I've been recovering from this just brutal cough that I've had for, it seems like forever, but a couple weeks. It's just one of those things that I just could not fully get rid of. Felt fine really aside from that, but if you hear a little bit of my voice, it's still kind of on its way out. So I appreciate you bearing with me on that. Let's say hi to some folks. We got a lot of stuff to talk about again because we missed last week and just been kind of a lot of stuff in the news actually regarding smart home stuff. So we're going to try to get to as much of that as we can today. And then I'm going to try to answer some questions if you guys have some. Half the time we don't even get to all the news because I just start chatting with you guys and we answer questions. But let's say hi to some folks in the chat here. Jeff from Michigan, what's going on? Is this really you talking or your AI voice? Jeff said, it's really me. I promise it is me, not my AI voice. Jeff is referring to the latest podcast I did with my wife over at the Wife Approved podcast. Yeah, we talked a lot about AI and AI influencers in that one. Some interesting stuff, but rest assured, when you see me here on my channel or my Instagram or anything that I put out, it is me. It is not my AI clone. What's up, James Randall, Arizona in the house. Johnny Palmer, Australia. Nice to see you here. Turin, what's up, Turin? Thump Jimmy, how's it going? Joe Breeze, happy to catch live. Awesome, man. I'm glad you could make it here. Let me, hold on. I need to get my other chat box open so we can get these. There we go. Peter, what's up, Peter from Denmark? Man, awesome. We got everybody from all over the place here. So good to see you guys. PoMaKit, France in the house. What's up, PoMaKit? Greg Hayes, what's up, Greg? Phoenix, raining here. And it never does that. Yeah, that's true. That's probably a good thing then. We got Poland here. What's up, Blake? Finally able to make it at the beginning. Yes, I'm glad you could make it here. Philip, Larry, what's up, Larry? Happy Wednesday to you as well. Jeff says, my wife has been sleeping in the guest bedroom because she's a light sleeper and goes to bed at 10 p.m. and I go to bed at 2 a.m. Was interesting to hear you and Caroline's thoughts. Yeah, that was, we were kind of wrong about that in the podcast a few weeks ago. So we definitely talked about that. Because of my cough, I've been sleeping in another room. I did just switch back, but the sleep has not been as good, probably for both of us since switching back. So, one of those things. But Airy Home, what's up, Airy Home? Welcome. Just became a channel member. Awesome. Thank you so much for joining. And for all the channel members here, I see we got a few in the chat. Thank you guys also for your continued support of the channel. As a channel member, you do get access to our member Discord server. So definitely join up, come over there, say hi, ask questions, interact. We got some really awesome, nice, smart people over there in the Discord server. So it's a great place if you're building out a smart home, to get feedback and bounce ideas and stuff off of everybody. So definitely check out that. Also, early access to new videos when I can. And then we do some behind the scenes sometimes videos, as well as a monthly member chat. So we do that once a month over in Discord. So check out all that stuff if you're a channel member. And again, thank you to all the channel members for supporting the channel. What's up, Freddie? East Texas in the house. Tom from Austin, Texas. So we put up the Christmas tree this week already. Went ahead and did that. And I'm curious, you guys got to tell me, is it too early for the Christmas tree? Those of you who celebrate, let me know. Or do you wait till Thanksgiving? Feels like it gets earlier each year over here. Sam, man, thank you so much, Sam. Sam just gifted 10 channel memberships. Man, thank you so much, Sam, for doing that. I appreciate that. Very kind of you. So 10 of you guys were randomly selected to receive a membership. So you have a month of membership for that. with that. So thank you, Sam, once again for doing that. And again, as a channel member, now you have a month of all those perks that I just mentioned, and you can renew after that. Would love it if you did, and if not, it'll expire on its own. So welcome all the new channel members. I hope to see you guys over in the Discord server. It's really cool how you're able to connect the podcast and live chat. Sorry, late, just got off work. Tennessee, Florida. Hey, we just started, Banana Geek. No worries at all. We're just getting started, so you're still early enough. Let's see. Tom says, my tree's been up since November 2nd. That is pretty early. Wait until the weekend of Thanksgiving. We got Thanksgiving. John says, Larry's day after Halloween. Yeah, that's kind of where we're getting. We didn't go quite that early this year, but I think we would have if we had the time. I think my wife would have had it up the day after Halloween probably as well. Yeah, Dylan. What's up, Dylan? Nice to see you here. Says November 1st. Cool, man. Yeah, so ours is up. Got the smart lights on it, of course. So that's always kind of a chore to get that done. I've always personally liked waiting till like November, or like later November at least, maybe around Thanksgiving week. But as it's become like more and more work to put up the tree and all the decorations and stuff, I kind of get going early. It's like, if you're going to go through all the work of putting up all that stuff and like pulling that big ass tree down out the attic or wherever, like we got a 9-foot tree. It's not, it's work. So if you're going to go through all that, I kind of get it. Like, might as well enjoy it for, a couple months at least. So I get it. What's up, Lawrence? Twinkly and everything up already. Nice. Lawrence got the twinkly Christmas lights. Very nice. Banana Geek putting it up this weekend. 80 degrees here outside. Nice. So let's get into a couple things, and then I'll try to answer some questions. Wait, let me see. Let me flag one. I saw a couple of them already. Oh, nice. Thank you, Lurk Jerk. Sorry if I'm going to try to keep up with the comments, but sometimes I miss some. Lurk Jerk says, membership is worth it. Love the Discord. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, Discord has been an awesome place. I definitely love it. I get in there every day. So thank you for that. I thought I saw another question here I was going to try to save. Maybe I flagged a couple of them. If you have a question, I'm going to come back to questions here in a little bit. But first, let's go ahead and talk about a few things. Again, it's been a while since I live streamed, a couple of weeks. We'll get through some of these announcements first. New things in the smart home. First up, Aqara. I don't know if you guys saw this. Aqara just kind of quietly dropped some new devices. Well, first of all, there was the presence sensor. Now that was not a a quiet drop. I did a video about it. This is the Aqara FP300. I've gotten a lot of feedback about that sensor. It sold out really pretty quick, like in the first week. I think they anticipated it being a big hit because we've all been asking for it all year, but I don't think they anticipated it being as big or as popular as it has been. I mean, it was like kind of wild, the feedback that they were getting from this, from what I hear. So it did sell out. And just a little update for everybody who's interested, I was told that it's gonna be back in stock, but probably not until later December. So, that's kind of unfortunate if you were wanting one and you weren't able to get one. I know a lot of people who did get some ordered, and so far I've been hearing really good things about it from everybody else as well. I am going to try to get another discount code once it becomes available again. And if I hear any updates as far as it, becoming available earlier than late December, I'll definitely let you guys know here in the live stream. And I'll also share over on my Instagram channel, like in my stories and stuff. I'll keep you guys posted over there. So definitely follow me over on Instagram too, if you want to kind of keep up to date with stuff like that. And again, I'm going to try to get another discount code once it's available. So let's see, I'm check here with the chat. I'm gonna save some of these questions. Not the first time new product from Aqara sold out at launch. Yeah, That's true. And I've kind of seen like more and more of that, it seems like, over the past few years, like not just Aqara, but other companies. Typically, I feel like Aqara usually does pretty good at having enough product in stock when they launch something new. I've definitely seen other brands and other companies sell out like pretty quickly. It's Aqara, I feel like they usually does better at that, but this one definitely did sell out. So, I guess that's kind of the way it goes sometimes. Nice. Jeff says, very happy with the FP300. Way to go, Aqara. Yes. Yeah. Like I said, I've been hearing good things from everybody I know who's got one. If you watch my video, I'm loving it for sure. So I kind of wish I got a couple more before they sold out, but I'll just have to be patient and get some more once they are available. Robert, interesting. Robert thinks the LaFair has been more dependable. So LaFair is the other one. I was thinking that's the other wireless one. It's just a lot bigger. The form factor, to me, I love on the Aqara much more. Easier to place it in different places, I think. Edgar, what's up, Edgar? Says, thought about getting it, but now I regret that it sold out. Yeah. You should try to get a car to maybe send you one, but I guess they're sold out. Edgar has a good smart home channel. You guys go check out Edgar's Home Tech on YouTube. Surprised they didn't get you one. Disclaimer, I've installed 4 days, but it has been great. Nice. Yeah, I've been hearing a lot of that. So obviously I've been using mine for a little while. One of the things I really love that I notice is like the battery has been really good. I've had mine running it's at least a month. I have to go look and see exactly. Maybe closer to 2 months by now. But it was about a month by the time I recorded the video. So, and it was still saying 100% battery life. I'm using mine over Zigbee mode. So, pretty interesting. Yeah, and regarding presence sensors, while we're kind of on that topic, Lurk Jerk asks, have you tried the SwitchBot one? And is it Bluetooth? So that was on my list. So let me jump to that. So SwitchBot also has a wireless presence sensor coming out. You can see here, millimeter wave presence sensor. It's on pre-order. Pre-order right now. Pre-orders are expected to ship by the end of November. So that is, like next week, I guess. These are going to start going out. I have not tried this one. I should have I don't know. I've worked with SwitchBot quite a bit in the past, and I like a lot of their products. So I wish I would have realized this was coming out and I would have gotten one, but I have not tested this one yet. And it is Bluetooth. So I saw them at IFA in Berlin, in September, and I asked them a lot about this one. It is a Bluetooth sensor, so it'll be interesting to see like how responsive it is and everything. That also means you will need one of the SwitchBot, one of the SwitchBot hubs in order to connect it through Matter, if you want to do that. So yeah, so a little different there on that one using Bluetooth. But yeah, it's great to see more of these like wireless presence sensors. Definitely is going to be, I think, a big trend, in the smart home moving forward. It just makes your automation so much easier and more effective. I feel like it's definitely helped some of my automations for sure. Oh, the Zigbee. A little Paul Hibbert quote there. Yeah. Speaking of Zigbee, one of the other things some of you may have noticed is that Zigbee 4.0 was just released. So Zigbee is not dead. Zigbee is hanging on strong. So if you don't know, Zigbee is just a wireless protocol that a lot of smart devices will use. They do require some sort of Zigbee hub in order to connect. Excuse me. A lot of the traditional Aqara devices, for example, connected over Zigbee. Same thing with like Philips Hue. We're seeing a lot of these companies, either switch to Thread or support multiple protocols like Thread and Zigbee, which is nice. Thread kind of acts a lot like Zigbee, but anyways, Zigbee 4.0 has just been released, so it's nice to see these updates here. They talk about this new feature called Suzy, which is kind of an interesting name. But some of the improvements coming with Zigbee 4.0 include a simplified certification process, increased information exchange between devices, better security, and improved battery life for devices with communications that can be limited to set schedules. So, and I think the range also is improved quite a bit with some of these Zigbee updates, which would be nice. It seems like it's kind of going to be acting a little bit more like the Z-Wave long range for any of those of you who are familiar with that. So really nice to see. I mean, I'm still a fan of Zigbee. I use Zigbee devices quite a bit, and it's kind of my preference still in a lot of cases, just because Thread is good sometimes, and I do like Thread accessories as well, but sometimes if I have an option between Thread or Zigbee, I'm just going Zigbee because I know it just works. You know, it's just reliable, and it's fast. Battery life is usually better with Zigbee, even though Thread is still good battery life. Like we saw that with the Aqara FP300. You know, they say with this one here, they're saying you can connect this over Thread or Zigbee, for example. They're saying 3 years if you're using Zigbee, 2 years if you're using Thread. So 2 years is still great, 3 years is better. Lurkjerk asks, is a Zigbee hub like the M3 upgradable to Zigbee 4.0? That is a good question. I am not 100% sure on the answer to that. I'll have to look into that a little bit. I'm inclined to say no, because I remember when Zigbee 3.0 kind of became a thing, a lot of these, like Aqara, for example, was releasing Zigbee 3.0 hubs. So I'm thinking no, but don't quote me on that. I'd like to double check and look into that a little bit. Turin, very much a Zigbee fanboy. And speaking of the FP300, Jason says, I just got the FP300, was wondering how to use it in a room with a ceiling fan. It holds presence when the ceiling fan is on. Any ideas? Yeah, so that's just gonna be the nature of, you know, presence automations. I don't think I've seen any that, you know, aren't like triggered or hold, you know, presence like you're saying with a ceiling fan on, other than something like the FP2 that you can like set up zones for, and then you can kind of like eliminate the, you know, the zone with the fan. You can try with the Aqara FP300, you can try turning your fan on if you're using it over Zigbee, and try the AI, what is it called? The AI learning mode or whatever, and see if that helps. That's supposed to help the presence detection over time and like avoid false triggers, but I'm not sure if that would work with something as large as a ceiling fan. So you just, when it comes to that, you just kind of got to get creative, I feel like, with the location of your presence sensor and maybe your automations as well, which is kind of what I've done with mine. Yeah, okay, there you go. Jeff says, try the spatial learning. Thank you. That's what it's called. AI spatial learning, and that will help prevent that. Okay, very nice. But I have noticed the same thing with mine, and I don't typically run my ceiling fan in the room where I put mine in when nobody's there. So it hasn't really become an issue with my automations. But yeah, check out that spatial learning feature, and hopefully that will help out. Yeah, good point there. Pombakit mentions also you can select multiple ranges. So, you know, that's always something to look into. Also, just really try to fine tune your settings there. You can adjust the sensitivity and the range and everything like that within the presence sensor's settings. So definitely just play around with that and see if you can kind of get to a place where your automations are working the way you need them to around that ceiling fan. Okay, what else do we have on the list? So I saw a couple of I didn't even get to this. I got distracted. I was going to mention that the Aqara also released the M200 recently. So this just came out like, I don't know, was that yesterday or today or something? They did send me one of these. I haven't had time to play around with it yet, but it's basically like an updated version of the Aqara M2 hub, which is a really good hub. So some of the changes that we got with the M200 now, some of the updates, it now has USB-C port on the back, which is nice. Still has an Ethernet port, but now supports power over Ethernet, which is also really nice. Let's see, any other big changes with this? It has an IR blaster, 90 decibel speaker, so a lot of the same things. It's just kind of some small upgrades to this one. Gonna say, so yeah, some of the difference between this and the M3. So the M3 is my favorite to use for my Aqara devices. One of the big differences, if you're considering one or the other, is that this one only has 40. You can only connect 40 Aqara Zigbee devices to this M200. That's another update. Sorry, this one also has the thread radio built in, so it can act as like your thread border router, also like the M3 hub does. So that's kind of nice. They're kind of bringing the M2 up into like the present day, I feel like, with some of those updates. But only 40 Aqara Zigbee devices and 40 thread devices, whereas the M3 supports up to 127. And also the M200 acts as a standard local hub, and the M3 can operate as an edge hub. So those are some of the minor differences. Obviously the M200 is going to be cheaper than the M3. I would say if you're serious about Aqara products and stuff and you want one of their hubs, the M3 is a great one. That's the one I'd probably go with. But some good updates there on the M2. Let's see. All right, I got some questions here. I'm going to save these. Okay, hopefully I just answered that, Alan. What is the difference between the M200 and the M3 hub? Again, price, M200 is going to be cheaper. The M3 hub can act as a, what do they call it, an edge hub, whereas the M200 is just a standard local hub. And then obviously more devices can be supported with the M3 or connected, so that's always nice. Next up, some people were mentioning this, I feel like, earlier in the chat. So Controller for HomeKit is an app, a third-party HomeKit app that I have spoken very highly of in the past. I think it's probably one of, if not the best apps for Apple Home users, for serious Apple Home users. Version 8.0 is here, which is nice. They've been continuously updating this, but there has been a little bit of backlash that I've seen on like Reddit and some other places, because it appears that with the updated 8.0, one of the features that was available in the lifetime version has essentially been removed from the lifetime version and is now only accessible with the subscription model, which I forget the names of the different models, but it's like Pro and whatever. But the high tier subscription model, you have to sign up for in order to get the hub mode, which I'm trying to find here. So they have some really nice updates here. Yeah, so the controller hub. So in order to utilize this, you have to get the subscription now. The lifetime version does not cover this, whereas it did with version 7.0. So that, I think, rubs some people the wrong way. They did have that controller hub mode in, basically it was like a lab feature or like a beta version in 7.0. So they were using it. So they put that out as a lab feature to test it, perfect it and everything over the past year or so. Now, I guess they're ready to release it as an official feature, and they are putting it in that top tier, which requires a subscription. Because it was, even though a lab feature in the lifetime version option previously, that's why some people are upset. I have mixed feelings on this. I definitely understand people kind of being upset about that. Anytime you have a feature and it's taken away, especially after you've gotten a lifetime subscription for something, I definitely understand being upset, about that. Again, it was a lab feature. They were beta testing it basically for the past year or so. So I do kind of understand their side of it too. It does, there is a cost involved with like maintaining these servers and everything to be able to provide features like that. So I do understand that side too. I just playing devil's advocate here. I understand both sides of it. I'm curious, what do you guys think? Have you seen this? I know some of you here in the chat use controller for HomeKit. What do you say? Jeff says, uninstalled controller from all my Apple TVs and Apple devices. They want a subscription on top of my lifetime subscription. Not down with the money grab. Yeah, I understand. Definitely can understand that. PalmaKit says Controller Plus is a subscription. Okay, thank you. That's what it's called, Controller Plus. I bought the lifetime version, but don't want to pay another subscription. Yep. Understand that. Edgar says they never stated it would be removed from the lifetime version. Oh, Sam is working on a Matter app maybe, so my app is going to provide server-side features for free. Can't see charging for basic features like this. Nice to hear. What's up, Don? Glad you can make it. Yeah, that might be a nice maybe middle ground. Good point there. Lurk Jerk says, I think lifetime users should get a discount. I think they are actually doing that. They may be doing it for everybody, but I know I think it was in the app, that they're offering 38% off now for like to upgrade for the first year, I believe. So, so they are doing that, and they are running this like Black Friday offer as well. So I guess anybody can take advantage of this. But if you have the lifetime version, you definitely can get that 38% off. For now. So they are kind of doing that. And Michael Lewis, what's up, Michael? Glad you could be here. Says, I love the app. Was annoyed that they reduced the functionality, but I upgraded it. It's an awesome app. Yeah, and I made a whole video about that controller mode, or sorry, the hub mode is what they were calling it. They might have changed the name of that, but it was called hub mode, and I made a whole video about that when like version 7.0 came out, because it was pretty powerful feature for HomeKit people. But yeah, I see Keenan says, I'm pissed, bought the lifetime membership last year because of that hub feature, and now they have taken away. So that, I get that. If you just bought the lifetime version in the past year and you bought it specifically for that feature, I totally understand being pissed off about that. Yeah, that makes sense. I get it. Tom says, I would never use any smart home service that has a subscription. Yeah, and I've always been a fan of the lifetime version. I would much rather pay once and not worry about it. That said, it's kind of funny because we're always talking about like all the products that make up our smart home, which are awesome. Like, I love them, of course, but we kind of don't really talk about the software side of things that often. And, software like the controller for HomeKit app that can really enhance the whole smart home experience is something to discuss at least. And I do think, I think it's worth paying for. Paying for a good app, pay the developers, support them for their work. But at the same time, kind of what's going on with this. Again, I understand people being pissed off about it. Yeah, and Hair Riot said I bought it 6 months ago just for that feature. Yeah, so that's unfortunate. So not a good thing to give people a feature and then take it away. Maybe they could have left that feature in the lifetime version and just gave, like, they've got some like enhanced charts and other things with version 8.0, which is really nice. They could have maybe just gave, some of those new features to that Pro subscription or Plus or whatever they're calling it. But yeah, Home Assistant. Yeah, I think I've seen a lot of people saying that they're going to switch over to Home Assistant for that more advanced stuff because of this kind of thing. So, yeah, Don. Yeah, I hear you. No other software I've purchased a lifetime has done this. Yep. So that's what's going on. We'll see what happens if maybe they change it. I think I saw some stuff on Reddit. There's a lot of people saying a lot of the same things. So some people are pretty upset about it. I don't know if they'll make any changes or not, but we'll keep an eye on it. That is what it is. Let's see. Anything else we got going on? Oh, I did see Matter version 1.5 has been released. Just a quick little update. Not much to really say about that. There hasn't really been any news or publications or anything that I've seen so far about this. We've got some stuff on Reddit. You can kind of read through like the GitHub repository and stuff and look for things like that. There's a lot of camera talk in there. So it looks like cameras, we're getting closer to seeing Matter supported cameras. We're not there yet, but it looks like we're definitely getting closer and closer to that. I'm hoping to see that maybe this year. I don't know if it's going to happen, but I'm hoping it may actually come before the end of this year. So improved security, smarter energy features, better battery devices, easier setup, more reliable devices, so fewer no response. Always a good thing there. And routers get smarter, so easier for routers to be built in Matter thread border routers. So all good things there. Matter is continuing to update and improve, which we definitely like to see. And now we just have to wait for the different ecosystems and platforms to support these new versions of Matter, these updated versions. Like Apple, SmartThings, all the different ecosystems. So that always takes time as well. And I see that, where is it? Sam gifted 5 more memberships, man. Thank you so much, Sam, for gifting another 5 memberships, man. I appreciate that. Sam is on it today. So Tim, Brian, Jason, Jay Hardy, Michael, you guys all got gifted memberships thanks to Sam. So join us over on our member Discord server and check out some of those member perks. And if anybody else wants to join, there's also a join button down below somewhere on the screen there, and you can become a member and get some of those perks. But thank you, Sam, once again for that and for supporting the channel. And I hope to see all the new members over in our Discord server. Okay. Have I got through all the news? That's all there's a couple other new products and things, but let's go ahead and try to answer some questions because time is flying by today. All right, I've got a few of them saved. Oh man, and Dawn coming through also. Dawn gifted 5 memberships too, man. All right, thank you, Don. We've got what is that, like 20, is it 20 now? 20 new members? All right, today is a good day. I hope to see all you channel members, new members over on our Discord server. Would love to see you over there. And you can, and I should also say too, if I can't get to your question in these live streams today, because there's a lot of comments and stuff flying through, if I can't get to it and you are a channel member, or maybe you're a new channel member, you can always ask your question in the Discord server. You can ask me, you can DM me over there, or you can tag me, or just ask the whole group, because there's a lot of really smart, knowledgeable people in the Discord server as well who are usually willing to help out. So, Sam, man, you guys are awesome, dude. Sam gifted 5 more memberships today. Thank you so much, Sam. So cool. All right. So, hey, man, it pays to join live. We got a bunch of new members today. You guys got some gifted memberships, so I hope you appreciate that. And these are randomly selected too. I see Corey left a comment there. These are randomly selected. I don't know if it's based off of engagement or how exactly YouTube picks where these gifted memberships goes to, but that's kind of how it works. Let's see. Let me see if I can send. Okay, I think I can gift some. Let me try to gift some here too. There we go. I gifted 5 memberships too. Might as well join in the fun. Let's break a record. George said, oh, George, dude, I just saw that. George, my man, gifted 20 memberships. God, how many people do we have in the stream? Like, that might be as many people as we have in the stream. Thank you so much, George. So we got a lot of new members: Carlos, John, another John, Diego, Kevin, and many others. You guys all got gifted memberships today. Very cool. Awesome, man. Thank you guys so much, man. George, my man. And guys, George also, I don't think I said hey to you, George, today. George, buddy of mine, also has a YouTube channel talking all about smart home stuff. So if you have not checked out George's channel, George Langabeer on YouTube, definitely go subscribe to George's channel. Okay, let's get to some questions here while we still have a little bit of time. Have we heard anything about the AirVersa remote? Have you gotten to play one? I have not gotten to play with one. Let me see if I can find anything about it. I do remember seeing it somewhere. So this looks like, let me see, is this okay? HomeKit news once again. AirVersa launched a thread-enabled smart button. So I guess this is about all we know about it. Thread-enabled, which is good. It looks like it's HomeKit over Thread, so not Matter, but it looks like a 3-button smart button by AirVersa. So interesting choice there. Little magnetic mount, I guess. Interesting choice, because AirVersa makes air purifiers, what else? A humidifier, and then it's also the same company that makes smart locks, but under the Thorbolt name. So they now have a smart button that's coming soon. But no, I have not gotten to use one, but you know I do love smart buttons, so maybe I'll get to try one out here soon. Alan asked, do you know when the new Aqara PoE doorbell is coming out, and are you going to create any updated videos about the Homey Pro with the camera feature? Oh, good question. So the Aqara PoE doorbell, I am anticipating not until 2026. I don't know anything official about that, but that's what I'm guessing. Just based off of the conversations I've had with Aqara at like IFA, it sounded like it'll probably be then. So if we don't hear anything about that by the time CES comes along, which is like the first week or so, maybe the second week in January, I'll definitely, reach out to Aqara and ask them about it. So that's kind of nice when CES comes along. So I'm going to go to CES in Vegas again in January, and we can kind of ask them about some of these products and stuff that they just showed off at IFA, which is when they announced this PoE doorbell. So I'm anticipating sometime in the first half of 2026, but hopefully they'll give us some more information and maybe a timeline at CES, if not sooner. And then, are you going to create any updated videos about the Homey Pro with the camera feature? So I don't have anything in mind specifically about Homey Pro. I do have an automations video that's going to come out probably in the next couple of weeks, where I'm talking more about just like automations in general, specifically my bedroom automations, because man, I went through all kinds of hell to get these like just right and actually working for me. And I am using HomeKit Pro for a lot of that. But as far as like specifically the camera feature and specifically HomeKit Pro, I don't have any plans, but I'm always happy to take suggestions and, make some videos about whatever you guys want to see. But yeah, I will be using HomeKit Pro for that automation video a good bit, but it's kind of a general video, so like you don't have to be using HomeKit Pro in order to like I feel like benefit from that video that's coming up. But yeah, maybe it is time to do some more stuff with HomeKit in maybe a new video. And I think I missed another gifted thing from Sam. I said, okay, I'm done. I see that comment. Where is the original gift? Sam said, what's the record? I missed it. I can't find the comment now, but I think Sam gifted 10 more memberships, man. Oh, there it is. 10 more memberships. Thank you so much, Sam. Man, you guys are awesome. Very cool. Very cool. Let's see. Adam said, I wasn't even on YouTube and somehow got a gifted membership. Man, you guys are just flooding it. Yeah, we're hitting all corners of the internet now. Awesome. Very cool, man. Let's see. Answered that question. I answered that question. I answered that question. Drunk Wrestling News says, are you still using the Maris garage door opener? I've had two and both constantly go offline. My Wi-Fi is strong there, and even adding another deco node in the garage hasn't helped. No, I'm not using the Maris garage door opener. I haven't used the Maris one for quite a while. I've been using the Tailwind garage door opener. They actually have, this is the one that I've been using. Actually, they just released a new model, the 2.0, but I've been using the original Tailwind for a couple years now, and I love it. This thing is great. It's built better than any other, like the sensor and everything on it is fantastic. It's built better than any other garage door controller sensor combo that I've used. I think I actually have a discount code for them. Let me see if I can find that. And if you're still here in the chat, I think if you use this link, I'll post it here in the chat. I think if you use this link, you'll get 10% off. And if not, on their website, just type in Shane Whatley, all caps, my name, first and last name, and you should be able to get a 10% discount off that. But that's the one that I've been using, and I really love it. I don't use any Maris products anymore for various reasons, one of which being reliability, among some other reasons. Oh, nice. Jeff says, Jeff uses the Tailwind as well. Yeah, and I've heard good things. Jeff, do you like the Tailwind? Everybody that I've heard that has gotten the Tailwind seems to be happy with it. So, yeah, if you have the Tailwind garage door opener, let us know. Denny R says Tailwind is great. Nice. Yeah, and I really want to use this new one because I hear it's like even better with some of the features. So I really want to try out that new one, but I haven't had a chance to yet. Oh, nice. Good tips. Thank you. Juan says Tailwind is the best. FYI, make sure to update the latest iOS update. 26.1 had some issues. Good to know. Okay, thank you. All right. Let's check out some more questions here. We'll try to answer while we can. Turin says, since Homey is owned by LG, do you think that they will go subscription service? I do, and I could see Apple doing it with HomeKit if they get deeper in the smart home? It's a good question. I've thought about it. It was kind of a concern I had when when Homey was acquired by LG. I have spoken actually with some of the folks from Homey since then, and they've all said that they've all seemed pretty happy with that whole acquisition. They said they still pretty much get to operate and everything independently, kind of like they did before. So I don't know. I mean, it certainly could happen. I think it would be a pretty bad move if they did require a subscription on top of their already very expensive hub devices. So I don't know. I hope that they're smarter than to do that. I don't think they will if they have a choice in the matter. Now, whether LG is forcing their hand or something, maybe that's a different conversation, but I don't think it's going to happen. And they do have like a very, very cheap subscription service that you can pay for like backups and stuff like that, cloud backups and things. But it's obviously not required at all for like all the regular functionality of the hub itself. If you spend $400 on a smart home hub, you shouldn't have to also pay for a subscription. So if they did that, I would be done too, just out of principle alone. But yeah, so far they haven't done that, and there has not been any signs that they're going to do that. So hopefully that remains the same. And then Turin says I could see Apple doing that with HomeKit if they did get deeper in the smart home. They certainly could. I mean, any of these companies really can. And I feel like if they all go too far down that rabbit hole, then we're all just going to end up using Home Assistant all the time. Out of sheer principle. I hope they don't. You know, they could. I mean, you see that hasn't like Amazon's voice assistant, aren't they doing that also, like for the Lady A Plus or whatever they're calling it? I mean, I can see, or maybe it's like bundled in with Prime. I think that's what they're doing. I don't use it, so I'm not 100% sure. I'd have to look into that. So I mean, I could see maybe they, even Apple maybe doing something like that for like some advanced functionality and stuff. Maybe one day, if they bundled it into like your iCloud subscriptions, I could see them also doing that, which is kind of similar with what like Amazon's done, I guess. That would be okay for those of us who are like really deep in the Apple ecosystem already. It's kind of like what they've done with HomeKit secure video support. You have to have a compatible iCloud Plus plan in order to take advantage of HomeKit secure video cameras. Depending on how many you have, will require a certain tier for iCloud. So it's really no different than that. Honestly, if they did do something like that, I wouldn't be thrilled about it. But, for those of us who may already have an iCloud plan anyways, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. I don't know. What do you guys think about it? Tom says HomeKit secure video is overrated anyways. Yeah, there's definitely an argument about that. Oh, thank you, Ethan. Sorry, I can't talk today. Ethan says, love your videos. I appreciate that, Ethan. Yeah, right, Adam, 100%. Apple needs to fix Siri before they start charging. Yeah, and, maybe that'll be the thing. We get some super advanced, amazing, Siri, and they'll start charging a subscription. I don't know. Yeah, that's a good point. Brian says Apple going subscription would be strange with all the focus on local functionality. But again, it's really no different than what they're doing with HomeKit secure video support, if you think about it. So it's definitely within the realm of possibility. Yeah, Tom says I would switch to Home Assistant if Homey ever went full subscription. Yeah, I don't think you're alone. I think a lot of people would do that over, like I said, principle alone. Jeff says, as long as Apple includes it in my iCloud Plus subscription. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel about HomeKit secure video support. I hope they don't do that, something like that, because it makes the barrier to entry harder. You know, for those of us like you and a lot of us, Jeff, in the Apple ecosystem already, you might already have an iCloud Plus plan, you know, for you and your whole family or whatever. So it's not a big deal, but it makes the barrier to enter steeper because, you know, for setting up a smart home. Because, like, for example, I've set up smart homes for family and friends, or, you know, kind of got them started with different things, whether it's like Aqara cameras or security system, different things. Usually it involves some cameras, and, you know, not wanting to pay some camera manufacturers, you know, monthly subscription plan, I would like to just use HomeKit Secure Video for those people. Well, they might not be, you know, a super nerd like me and have, you know, all these iCloud subscriptions and stuff already, and they just have like the basic iCloud plan. Well, then I can't even set up, you know, video recording for them. So that kind of sucks. So I feel like to get more people into the smart home, they need to eliminate those barriers. And so I really hope that's what they end up doing, and they don't just start charging for everything. But we'll see. Yeah, same here, Adam. We use iCloud Plus for file management, Apple Music and stuff. Yeah, so I'm already using it for a lot of things. So like it's not a big deal for me. You know, to require that, I guess, for HomeKit Secure Video. I'm gonna have it anyways, but a lot of people don't. You know, a lot of people don't have that, and they just have kind of the basic stuff. Augustine asked earlier, how do you get color night vision with UniFi cameras? Any workaround? So I think the only way you can get color night vision with UniFi cameras is, I believe they're newer ones, like the G6 cameras. If anybody is a big UniFi buff here in the chat, let me know if I'm right about this. But I think with the newer like G6 line of cameras that they support color night vision. And I think for some of the older ones, like I think if you get the AI, what is it called? The enhancer. Somebody in the chat probably knows what I'm talking about. The AI Pro enhancer, for example, I think but then you have to have the AI Pro camera. I think you get color night vision if you add this to your camera. As far as other workarounds, I don't think there's anything you can do. But I think their newer cameras do support it. Oh man, Drunk Wrestling News says, got a house full of Mara switches and they are constant problems. I'm replacing them all next month with Caseta. You will never look back. Once you get over the hurdle of having to spend that much money for smart switches, you will not regret that you did it. Caseta has been flawless. Yeah, you won't regret that. And I don't know if I can say this, but I'll say it anyways. There's going to be a lot of really good Black Friday deals coming up soon. So I've been working a lot on trying to get together my my whole like roundup and everything like I normally do for all y'all. So stay tuned for that. That's going to be coming really soon. But I can say Lutron and a lot of other companies are going to be running some deals. So if you are in the market for, you know, new switches or whatever it is, Black Friday is definitely a good time, possibly the best time of year to upgrade, you know, your smart home stuff, because there's just going to be a lot of good deals out. Oh, thanks everybody. Darius, Edgar, you guys says only the G6 and maybe the UniFi AI Bullet. Okay, cool. Thank you. So yeah, only the G6. Okay. For that color night vision. Appreciate that. I knew somebody in here would know for sure. Let's see. Tim says, are there any smart locks for sliding glass doors that work with Apple Home? I have 2 sliding glass doors, and they're my only doors that I cannot automate with smart locks. Does anybody know? I saw something recently. Trying to remember where I saw it. But I don't know of one that supports Apple HomeKit. Has anybody seen one? I know I saw it somewhere. I can't remember if we talked about it here on the channel. Like Yale has something here, but I don't think this supports HomeKit. Pretty sure these don't support HomeKit. Let me see if I can find where it was that I saw that other one. It might have been on HomeKit News website. Oh, no, it might have been this I was thinking about, the window lever, which is kind of similar, and that's just in Europe only. Yeah, that's one of those things that it's definitely a gap in the market there for locks or something that works on sliding glass doors. So I don't know that. I feel like I saw something like maybe on Kickstarter recently. I don't know. Hopefully there's something coming, but I can't say that there's anything that I know of. Oh man, Alex, thank you so much. Continued support. I appreciate that. Celebrating 36 months of membership. 3 amazing years. Thanks, Shane. Thanks, moderators, and all you guys in the Discord server. Man, thank you. I appreciate that. 3 years. That's awesome, man. I appreciate the support. I really do. That means a lot, and always good to hear from you. And yes, thank you to the moderators as well, helping out in these chats. I probably don't say that enough. I appreciate you guys helping out. Oh, it was in the Discord. Okay. All right. All right. So I'll have to look that up. Maybe we can report back next week. I'll try to find that and see if I can find something with the sliding glass door. Smart lock. Innovelli. Yeah, that's another good option for smart switches too. Yeah, that's a good question. I am planning, so I guess next week Thanksgiving. Golly, time is just flying by. As of now, I am planning to stream next week. I have been sick. I was sick last week, and then I had something else prior to that. So I've been kind of off and on more than usual the last month or two. So I want to keep it consistent and be here. Are you guys going to be around? Do y'all want to do a live stream next weekend? Next week, that's basically the day before Thanksgiving. I'm not traveling, so I'll be around. I'm always, happy to do these. It's always a lot of fun. So if you guys want to do one, if you're going to be around, I'm definitely open to it. I'll be down to do it. Same time as usual on Wednesday of next week. Checking out the comments here. Will be the Scotch drinking stream. Lone Star Trent says yes. Some of you guys are saying yes. Hair Riots in. Cool. All right, cool. Yeah. So as of now, I'm planning on doing it. Oh, Darius, thank you. I thought there was a question I missed earlier. I remember seeing that. Says, are you using any Shelly products for Home Assistant? So, I don't think I've set up any Shelly products yet. I know I have a few of them. I get sent a lot of products, and I'm not able to use all of them all the time. They did send me some, but I don't think I've set any up yet. I'm trying to think. I just set up a new smart plug, but I don't think it was Shelly. So yeah, I'm not at the moment, but it's something I'm potentially going to do some more of maybe in the future. I know I think they're making a big push to kind of do more stuff in the US. They've been more of like Europe in the past. So maybe we'll see even more products and stuff in the US But I've always heard really good things about the Shelly products, so I need to find a good use for them. And Hair Riot, where'd that comment go? 24 months, man. Thank you, Hair Riot. 2 years, man. You guys are awesome. I appreciate y'all. Adam, we'll do one more question. It says, what's the smart home gym situation? Any good recommendations? Home gym automations. Man, that would be cool. I don't have anything for you on this. I am the latest project has actually been a smart toilet. That's something I'm working on, if you can believe that. That's kind of never something I thought I'd say, but it's been fun. I have not done the home gym. I actually have not been working out at home for a few years now. Like during COVID and that whole time, I did a lot of home workouts and stuff. There's some really cool smart gym equipment out there. I'd love to get into some of that. Maybe find somewhere that I could set something up at my house. Space is kind of always an issue too. I just redid my garage recently. Some of you may have caught that video. I might be able to find somewhere maybe in the garage where I could set something up. But yeah, space is kind of an issue. There's some really cool ones that I've seen. I just haven't really used anything to like give any recommendations or anything like that. But I don't know, man. You guys let me know if that's something you want to see more of. I think it would definitely be cool. There's some stuff that has definitely caught my eye. I get a lot of emails about stuff, sometimes just all kinds of crap. But there's been a few for like gym equipment that I've seen. I'm like, that would be pretty cool to try out. Stuff with screens, and you got like mirrors and the tension like cables and stuff that I've seen. Some really nice ones. I did use one at CES and was really impressed with that. And that one actually didn't take up much space. I'm trying to remember the name. I can't remember the name of it, but that would be a cool one. So I don't know, maybe. No way a smart toilet will be wife approved. Man, you'll have to tune into the podcast. I'm going to have to ask her about that in the next wife approved podcast, because you'd be surprised, man. That might be the most wife approved addition to the house, believe it or not. So it's been an interesting, heated seat wins some points for sure. Yeah, it's been an interesting endeavor to say the least. But anyways, with all that said, guys, it's been fun as always. Good to be back. I appreciate you all tuning in. Welcome to all the new channel members, man. It's so good to see you guys. Hopefully we'll have some more behind the scenes and some member only videos coming soon. And if nothing else, definitely go check out the Discord server. To all you new channel members, hop over there. I'm in there every day, responding and just kind of interacting with everybody. A very active community over there. Also, we do our monthly video chat on the first Wednesday of every month. So be looking out for that, as December will be the next one of those, and it'll be the last one of 2025, which is kind of crazy, hard to believe. Time is flying by. We'll be in Las Vegas for CES in January before you know it. So good times. I appreciate you guys. Hope you all have a great rest of your day, a great week. Thanks for watching. God bless.